Good night and welcome to Benalmádena's first English news broadcast. Digital Costa del Sol brings you every Friday all the information about this week news. Benalmádena's Mayor Víctor Navas defends a sustainable and attractive urban planning model to attract investment for the municipality on his visit to CIMET 2020, where he participated as a speaker last Friday. Benalmádena's Mayor Víctor Navas participated last Friday in the 16th edition of the Mediterranean Real Estate Exhibition that was held at Malaga's Trade Fair and Congress Center. The Mayor participated as a speaker at the Andalusian Coast Urban Development Forum that focused on an analysis of urban planning in Málaga and Cádiz. The talk also counted with the participation of mayors like Francisco de la Torre from Málaga, José María García Urbano from Estepona, or Francisco Ruiz from Tarifa, amongst others. We are quite satisfied with our visit to CIMET, where I had the opportunity to participate in a forum with other mayors as Francisco de la Torre. The government team understands urban planning as the planning instrument for a sustainable city model for Benalmádena, and we prefer a dispersed, friendly, bright and accessible city to a compact, grey and congested one, even if its costs are higher. At the meeting, the mayor outlined some of the city's future projects and the changes in the current planning that will promote, like the construction of the future Albaitar Park, which will be the largest green land on Costa del Sol, doubling the area of Parque de la Paloma, and putting Benalmádena once again ahead of many cities in the inhabitants' green areas ratio. Navas also stated that they plan to recover the drowning embodied in the general urban planning still in force, and that presents a city model where the quality of life of the neighbors is a priority, with larger green areas, mid-rise building, residential services and sustainable mobility, fleeing from the massification of the real estate boom. We have approved a specific modification of elements in the General Urban Development Plan to change the parameters that set the density of the direct urban land and the minimum conditions that new urban development must have. The slums will not have a place in a city like Benalmádena. The commitment to sustainability is also transferred to the promotion of transport alternatives, with initiatives such as the creation of a large bike path in Benalmádena Costa that runs parallel to our coastline, pedestrianization of streets, reduction of road traffic or a new promenade, generating a new tourist attraction of the first order. The mayor valued some of the measures promoted to create an attractive scenario for the arrival of investment and urban projects that benefit the city, like the 90% discount in the ICIO tax for strategic city projects. Also now, large projects will go through a single window for the processing and development, with a direct involvement of the mayor's office. They also want to promote the improvement and modernization of the city as a tourist destination through tourism forums and public-private collaboration. Finally, Navas defended urbanism as an instrument for social change. We are promoting the eradication of problems of social nature such as prostitution and uncontrolled leisure that puts public order at risk in an environment with so many possibilities and once emblematic as is Plaza Solimar. Another example of the use of urban planning as a tool to eradicate social problems is the temporary suspension of new licenses for gambling halls and betting houses that we have approved, thus putting an end to a problem such as gambling, which for some time to this part has been growing in a sector as vulnerable as our youth. 125 neighbors of Benalmádena started working last week thanks to the new Municipal Employment Plan, an initiative by Benalmádena City Council to stimulate the local economy and help unemployed people.
Benalmádena's Mayor Víctor Navas, Operational Services Councilman Salvador Rodríguez and Employment Councilman Joaquín Villazón presented last week on the Operational Services Building the employment plans created by the City Council, thanks to which 125 people will have jobs for the next 3 months. The first employment plan with exclusively municipal funds has been launched by the government team to help alleviate the situation of economic and social crisis generated by the pandemic. A total of 125 unemployed in the municipality will return to the job market tomorrow thanks to this employment plan. Navas has valued the usefulness of these plans not only so that the municipalities can undertake more tasks, but also to help the population at a difficult time for family economies.
La inversión es de aproximadamente
The investment amounts to approximately 600,000 euros, which will cover 125 workers in a list that includes about 450 workers who met the requirements. Our purpose for next year is to continue having a job bank as the City Council's economic circumstances allow it. As long as the economic and social crisis generated by the pandemic continues, our will as a government team is to continue creating an employment plan which exclusively municipal funds every year. In the face of the pandemic, we are not crossing our arms. We are working from the social, cleaning and hygiene fields to contain the pandemic, helping entrepreneurs and freelancers and generating employment from the local administration itself. We are the only municipality on the Costa del Sol that is implementing employment plans with its own funds. For his part, Rodríguez stressed the importance of administrations putting all possible resources at the service of citizens and offered details about the task to be carried out by the reinforcement that will be addressed to his delegation.
Para este equipo de gobierno,
For this government team, it is a satisfaction to contribute to alleviate the dramatic situation that the country is experiencing as a result of COVID-19. All administrations must contribute their resources to help citizens, and this City Council could not be less, as we have shown with a series of measures that are already working. In the operational services, 100 workers will be incorporated, thanks to which we will be able to expand and reinforce the cleaning service in the municipality. There will be morning and afternoon shifts with the idea of reaching points that we cannot normally cover due to the limited number of personnel we have. In this way, we achieve a double objective: to help neighbors who are having a hard time facilitating their hearing for 3 months and to continue improving our municipality. Employment Councilman Joaquín Villazón has emphasized that plans of this type are of vital importance for the municipality and has thanked the workers of his delegation for the effort made to be able to bring them to fruition.
The local police force is carrying out a control campaign to avoid irregular practices by FTC vehicles in response to complaints made by the taxi sector, as announced by Security Councilman Javier Marín.
Security Councilman Javier Marín offered a press conference last week with the Vice President of Benalmádena Radio Taxi Association, Sergio Millón, to announce that the local police force has started a special campaign to control VTC vehicles. The goal is to avoid irregular practices such as waiting on public roads to attract new customers, something that is forbidden by the current legislation.
A instancias también del sector del taxi, hoy me encuentro acompañado.
At the request of the taxi drivers themselves, we have decided to take a step forward in defense of the taxi sector. Sporadic controls were already being carried out by the local police, which we are going to regularize under the organization of the aforementioned VTC Vehicle Control Campaign. In addition to assessing all the administrative requirements that VTC need to work, they will emphasize two fundamental sections: avoiding their stops on public roads while waiting for new calls from customers, and ensuring that they do not attract passengers outside the channels that the law and regulations allow them. With this measure, we also want to show our support to the taxi sector, and more so in these difficult times they are living because of the pandemic. From the local administration, we are going to ensure that the VTCs comply with current legislation. The Vice President thanked the City Council for its collaboration, highlighting that this year they had around 70 or even 80% drop on their activity.
No es que actúen menos, sino que actúen legal.
The problem isn't if they work less or more, it's that they do it in accordance to the law. If they do it legally, there is work for everyone. But if they continue acting this way, it is already hard for all of us to be profitable. We all have to play by the same rules. Most of our tourism sector is stopped. We barely have hotels still open, and only with apartments and neighbors we try to pass the winter. But it is hard. Businesses here are very seasonal. It's not like Malaga, where they have regular customers throughout the whole year. Here the business is seasonal, and after the summer we had, now winter is going to be even harder. Important measures to help a sector that is being especially hurt by the crisis, a sector that was already fighting a battle against VTC vehicles before, a battle that now with the pandemic is going to be tough.
Toñi Rueda, owner of La Rueda Flamenco shop, manufactures masks that she gives away free of charge for people in need. The aloe vera company, represented by Kim Madsen, learned about it and didn't hesitate to get involved.
Last week, La Rueda changed flamenco dresses for non-perishable food and hygiene products on its windows. Benalmádena's businesswoman Toñi Rueda, who owns this shop with her name, has been manufacturing solidarity masks since the beginning of the pandemic, an action that has a double goal. On one hand, giving these masks free of charge to families in vulnerable situations on the municipality, and on the other, involving businessmen to collaborate with the purchase of masks whose benefit goes to food for the needy.
Feliz porque no abro la puerta de la tienda para nada.
I'm happy because I haven't opened the door of this store at all. I haven't been open it to sell a flower this year, and open it to deliver food makes me very proud. It makes me very happy. When COVID started, we began making solidarity masks, which were in exchange for food or gifts. I decided not to charge any mask, thinking that this would be 3 days. And of course, we have been delivering masks, and we continue to do so to anyone who does not have the money to pay for them. We deliver them totally free. They have to call us to tell us how many people or family members they are, what size they need. We make an appointment and deliver it to them. We've been doing this for 5 months now. They are homologated masks. They have the European certificate 62 for the materials, and they can last from 30 to 50 washes. Kim Madsen, representative of the International Aloe Vera Company and a great friend of the family, wanted to join this initiative with an important financial contribution.
I learned it through Antonia, who's my good friend for the last 8 years. Antonia and her husband Preben is like family to us, and my wife and my kids. So when she starts talk about the situation here in Benalmádena and how people are suffering, even children and families, it touched my heart, and we think, how can we help? And in our company, Forever Living Products, we are helping people to make money, we are helping people to get better health, and we have charities in our DNA, it's in our blood, so we do charity wherever possible. I hear about Caritas, and I have very, very good experience with Caritas, because we, with Caritas, have done charity in Lithuania. We sent 5 trucks of food and clothes from Denmark to Lithuania, and Caritas were the one distributing. So when Tanya said this is for Caritas, and I was very happy.
Madsen, aware to the difficult situation that Spanish families are going through as a consequence of the health crisis, and a great connoisseur of the work that Caritas does, did not hesitate to collaborate.
We are only in the beginning of maybe fundraise much more, because these ladies, you know, they are sitting sewing machines to 2 or 3 o'clock in the night to make these wonderful masks, and it's a super quality and a breeze very nice, and it's shows also the respect of Corona, because in Spain you have much more respect for the Corona than in Dinamarca, unfortunately. But now in Denmark they must have masks. This is something very new. So everyone needs masks. So I hope we can sell many thousand masks from as long as they are strong and they are okay. And I have so much respect for them, because they do this voluntary. They sit every day with machines to fundraise money for food for the poor. It's God bless them. This is very, very big hearts these ladies have. So if I can do anything with my organization to support Caritas and the ladies and this very good cause, I'm very happy. I'm very encouraged, and for me, if you help enough people, you will always be blessed and happy.
He also told us that in Denmark the population is starting to use masks, something that with expansion of the virus all over Europe is becoming necessary.
If everyone just do a little bit, we can stop all this poverty, because in this moment I'm nearly crying. Spain, many countries, not only Spain, but in Spain where my heart is, I see children not getting the basic needs, and it's terrible. I think with this television, with the photos, we can show in Facebook groups and other business people that we need more support. And I would love to be the ambassador to spread the word. And as more we can visualize like you're doing right now, as better, because we need awareness, we need attention, because this is such a big problem that the town hall, the mayor, everyone who do as much as they can, they still need a little bit help from outside. We can do much more. So I have a lot of respect for this.
For his part, Antonio Herrero, Caritas delegate in Arroyo de la Miel, commented how this pandemic has changed the user profile, being young families they must come requesting some kind of help, and wanted to thank both the employer Antonio Rueda for his collaboration and this initiative.
El perfil de la gente que suelen acudir a las Cáritas diocesanas.
The profile of the people who usually go to Caritas has changed. Now they usually are young people, aged 25 to 45, who previously had a job and due to the coronavirus circumstances they have left without work. They are waiting to get the ERTE or unemployment payment, but it takes a while, so they have the need of coming to us. They are young people who usually come with small children, and we are doing everything we can to help them. Finally, I would like to thank Toñi Rueda once again for her effort, who is always there when we need her. Javier Marín, Councillor for Commerce of the Benalmádena City Council, not only thanked La Rueda and Aloe Vera Company for their solidarity, and also made an appeal to Benalmádena residents to continue consuming and buying in the municipality, that helping the business fabric at this time is necessary.
Por eso es tan importante que apoyemos al comercio local.
This is why it is so important supporting local businesses, because they also help us, and this is a symbiosis. It is a small wheel in which, if we help our neighbor, we can also help us. The example is that we are seeing today. We must also thank companies such as Aloe Vera, that has collaborated with an important request for solidarity mask, and thanks to these economic contributions, this fantastic woman, Toñi Rueda, has been able to do reality this donation of food.
Basket Benalmádena senior team begins its second season on First National, and they visited City Hall last week to spend some time with Sports Councilman Joaquín Villazón and present their sponsors.
Sports Councilman Joaquín Villazón and the president of Benalmádena's basketball club, Aurelio Cano, present last week the senior team for next season at Primera Nacional. With them, there was a group of representatives from various sponsors like Viajes Villarreal, Tesela Multimedia, and Compactaciones Andalucía, who wanted to support their team on this special day.
Presentando el inicio de la campaña del equipo senior de baloncesto.
The senior team is consolidated for the second year in the category, representing the top of the club's pyramid, in which 300 children play basketball. I want to congratulate the President for making Benalmádena's basketball grow in importance and level. It is also a joy to be together with these three sponsors who help the sport of Benalmádena. You are an example because with your contribution you support the practice of sport among the youngest. The councilman highlighted the importance of promoting sports, supporting the municipality's clubs and promoting healthy lifestyle habits. On his part, Cano thanked the sponsors and announced that the matches will be broadcast live in streaming. From Benalmádena's Basket Club, we want to take this opportunity to present our team for this new season, encouraging neighbors and visitors to support our club and its players. We also want to thank our sponsor, some new thanks to Junta de Andalucía network of winners, as well as the low ones. Viajes Villarreal director José Enrique López encouraged the local business community to collaborate with base sports. The Sela Multimedia manager Francisco Álvarez thanked the club for the opportunity to collaborate, and Antonio Ríos from Compactaciones Andalucía explained that this is the second year that they have collaborated with the club, highlighting that this practice contributes to the values and training of our young people.
And these are today's headlines. Benalmádena show its possibilities on CIMET 2020. Navas and Rodriguez value the employment plans. New FTC vehicles control campaign. La Rueda changes mask for food for the needy. Basket Benalmádena prepares for the new season. The weather forecast for the weekend will leave us with cloudy skies without ruling out precipitation in general, weekend scattered, more likely in the interior on the afternoon. Temperatures unchanged, winds with a loose east component, tending to loose variables in the interior and turning to a loose west component on the coast. And that's all. Thank you for watching us, and remember, you can stay updated on our website or social media profiles on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night and enjoy the weekend.